Okay. Take number 350509 or some number. Let's get this going. So, I'm going to try and make this quick because I don't want this video to be long at all. In fact, the shorter the better. Hence why so many takes and why it's a day late. Honestly, genuinely speaking, I'm not going to do a sincere or serious review for Veilguard. There's no point. There's just no point. I already feel the tangent rolling in. When it comes down to it, honestly, Veilguard is just a colossal disappointment. It is an absolute insult to every trans gamer out there, and honestly, it is absolutely pathetically, mind-numbingly poor, with a very, very meh to below meh core gameplay loop. Ouch. So, what I'm going to do, I'm not going to give you a lot, I'm just going to give you a quick highlight that honestly, I'd rather play Final Fantasy IX, a game from when I was a very little youngin'. I'd rather go play Final Fantasy IX than play any more Veilguard. It's just, if you want an action game, there are better action games. You want Dragon Age games, there are better Dragon Age games. You want RPG, there's better RPGs. You want Dark Fantasy, there's better Dark Fantasies out there. Hell, I can name some to you right now, and I will. Baldur's Gate 3, Elden Ring. We're already starting with the heavy hitters, don't worry. We ain't stopping. Don't you worry about that. Elder Scrolls Oblivion, Elder Scrolls Skyrim, those are far better RPGs as well. DMC5. I have never played a DMC game beforehand, and I'm not gonna tell you no lie. I suck ass at action games and fighting games. Okay, I suck. I am the worst. I make some of the worst players and spammers look talented. Okay, I suck. At least I have the dignity to not spam, I guess, but when it comes down to it, ultimately, another far better game, like I said, is DMC5. Those are all far better games across the board, covering all those different parts. You want Dragon Age games? Go play the past Dragon Age games. They are all better than this. All of them. Regardless of if you combine them, or if you just play them, just use compared one by one. It does not matter. Veilguard looks like ass compared to them. It does. Both narratively, overall satisfaction, overall competence, intent. I could go on. Ultimately, what I'm going to do though is I'm going to end with something else. I'm going to try and end on the closest thing to a positive note, really, that can be ended on, that vaguely involves Veilguard right now, okay? To all of you who stood up, to all of you who made sure you were not just vocally heard, but that your wallets were also heard. To all of you who made sure that this kind of abuse of this franchise wasn't going to continue or be accepted, thank you. I have never been more proud of you. Of any of you, really. I am so proud I'm almost on the verge of tears even and getting emotional and stuff. Thank you for doing the right thing. I know that it hurts doing the right thing. The right thing is never easy because, of course not. But by taking the stand, you have ensured that Dragon Age is safe. That it cannot be ruined or butchered or twisted any further. By taking the stand every time you need to and every time you have to, you ensure that that game is safe going forwards. Every time you do this, you guarantee its safety. Now, sometimes there's going to be times where you have to do it repeatedly. The thing is, though, is that you're still guaranteeing that it's safe. You are saving it every time you do this. Even though it hurts, believe me. There are plenty of reviewers like myself who, honestly, we are harsh on games. It's not because of hate. It's not because of some kind of vendetta. We're harsh on them because we care. We're harsh on them because we see potential. We're harsh on them because we love them. We're harsh on them because we want them to succeed and to thrive. We're harsh on them no matter how much it often hurts us inside. And I am no exception to this. Being hard on Dragon Age sucks for me. It breaks my heart a bit. If you don't believe me, you can always ask my girl boyfriend in comments. She will literally tell you, yeah, he can be a little bit of a bitch. She won't use those words because she's too kind, but I digress. We all know what it really means. I'm a little pussy. When it comes down to it, honestly, I do genuinely love Dragon Age games. I do love Dragon Age Origins, Dragon Age 2, Inquisition, Awakening. I love them, I do. But Veilguard can't really be salvaged with DLCs or multiplayer or expansions. In fact, honestly, the only way to salvage and to save Veilguard is to basically start over from scratch. To start over with everything recalled and burnt to the ground and start it over. Which is sad to say because honestly, after forcing myself to finish the game and after starting up a second character and getting a good ways through that character before I just couldn't take it anymore, honestly, there were moments where I saw potential where these ideas could have been good if they weren't half-baked, half-assed. If they were expanded on properly, they could have been awesome ideas. One such example is the faction system. Honestly, the faction system is such an awesome idea, but it just needs more to it than what it has. Because it doesn't have enough to it, it ultimately kind of feels like it's more or less just, do you want one of the two good passives, or do you want one of the shittier passives? They do try to add some narrative stuff, but what narrative stuff they add is very minimalist, and plenty of the other characters kind of are already part of those factions and are higher up in those factions, making you in that faction seem kind of pointless. I wouldn't say meaningless, but getting closer than I'd like. It is by no means salvageable in its current state, which hurts. But thanks to you all, it won't get worse. So please, if you ever start to doubt on whether or not you did the right thing, you did. Because things would have only gotten worse if you didn't do what you've done. And I, as someone who loves Dragon Age, I cannot thank you enough for doing the right thing. For taking a stand not just for the game, but also for yourselves. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I'm going to end the video now before I start tearing up. Let's avoid that, especially since I'm going through allergies right now. So it'll be ugly as hell. So I will see you all when I see you. Hopefully by then I will have the disastrous mess dealt with. Hopefully. So yeah. See ya.